Willie D Live.
What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you're representing. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video. That way you'll be in the loop. I let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in. But in the meantime and in between time, I'm going to give some shots out to the early birds, starting with Pamela Hamilton. What's up, Pam? Callie Reyes, what's up? James Blanks, DeAndre Durham, Tina Miller, Sheila Davison. Fam, we got some family business to discuss. I really want to know what y'all feel about this situation right here. I'm going to tell y'all what's going on with this case with this guy named Baby K, right? Let me put a pic up of Baby K right quick. Baby K done got himself in a serious jam. See, fam, Baby K is one of those little youngsters who thinks fat meat ain't greasy. Baby K, one of those youngsters who is going around flashing a gun, you know, thinking it's sweet. So check this out. Baby K got himself in a jam after he boarded a school bus in Baltimore, in Prince George's County. He boarded the school bus with two of his buddies, and he pulled the gun on a 14-year-old boy, squeezed the trigger 3 times, and by the grace of God, those bullets did not exit the chamber. That wasn't the end of the story, though. They also, he and his buddies also terrorized a school bus attendant, traumatized him. So they go to court, and the judge sentenced Baby K to 60 years in prison for attempted murder. "35 of those years are suspended." Which means he only has to do 25 years in prison. Some people still think that that's too harsh. They think it's too harsh. 25 years for a 15-year-old who didn't kill anybody, but he did pull that thing out and tried to kill somebody. The state attorney, Asia Braveboy, said that the sentence brings closure and accountability for what took place in the case. Kadeen Holland, also known as Baby K, brutally attacked a student after storming onto a school bus with 2 other teens in May of 2023. The now 16-year-old attempted to kill the student pulling the trigger on him 3 times, once in the head and twice in the chest. The gun, however, malfunctioned and the victim survived. Police recovered ammunition on the bus, and the U.S. Marshals arrested Baby K weeks later. Now, some of you may think, well, that's still too harsh. He didn't kill nobody. Well, earlier this year, Baby K pled guilty to attempted first-degree murder and use of a handgun during commission of a crime. He entered a plea deal calling for a 60-year sentence with all but 25 years suspended. Video evidence was presented during the court session on Friday, which showed the entire incident. The 2 other teens who were involved in the brutal attack were arrested and charged as adults, including a 14-year-old girl who was indicted for planning the attack. All you little girls out there, don't think because you're a female that they won't throw that book at you. They'll throw that book at you and hit you dead upside your head, because a number of your peers, female peers, have thought that it was a good idea to jump out there off the porch and behave like some of the boys do. They want to be rough. They want to plan murders. They want to carry guns. They want to rob. They want to wear poo shiesty mask. So you want to be a gangster? So the judicial system is now treating you girls like gangsters too. And they are treating you like the threat that you are, because you are a threat when you plan a murder. Don't matter how old you are. Now, one thing that people were saying was something I could not confirm, was that a prior case against Baby K was being considered, or at least it wasn't supposed to be considered in this particular trial, but you know, if they know the information, if they got the information, then they got the information. Allegedly, he's also been connected to another murder, or to a murder. Again, I haven't been able to confirm that, but allegedly that is one of the reasons why they were so hard on him. They're saying that this boy is very dangerous. Don't let the little young, innocent face fool you. Don't let the baby face fool you. He is a killer. If that gun had not jammed, he'd absolutely have at least one body on him. Check him out. That's the gun. You see how he's holding the gun? And the little boy is on his back pleading for his life. Looks like another boy is off to the right, standing over him. I'm not sure. It looks like that might, I don't know if that's a student or one of the guys that was with him. But if you look at this picture to the right, you can see the boy lying on the chair with his hands up, pleading for his life. Now, I told you, fam, I'm going to call a strike and a ball a ball. There are people out there who say, well, you know, he come from the hood, you know, he ain't got a lot of options and resources, and, you know, his daddy ain't in the house, he's raised by a single mother, and blah, 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 blah. I'm going to tell you something I learned early on when I first got in a jam. The judicial system don't care nothing about your home environment. If you black, they don't care nothing about that. If you find yourself in that courtroom, they're gonna throw that book upside your head. They're gonna be like, yeah, Mr. Dennis, it's unfortunate what happened to you. It's unfortunate you had to deal with abuse growing up, and alcoholic parents, and you were poor and didn't have a lot of options, and nobody really gave you a chance. But that does not excuse your actions. At the end of the day, no matter what they say, no matter how they dress it up, at the end of the day, they're gonna say that does not excuse your actions, and you must be held accountable. Let me explain something to you. All you youngsters out there that's listening, I want you to understand this. Especially the youngsters out there who are dealing with adverse circumstances. Perhaps you're raised by a single mother. Perhaps your parent or parents are abusive. Perhaps they're on drugs. Perhaps they've neglected you. Perhaps you live in a foster home. Perhaps you've been abandoned. Perhaps you're homeless. Let me tell you something. There are a lot of people who have different experiences, circumstances in life, things they have to overcome. And that doesn't naturally mean that the outcome should be they become killers and robbers and thieves and dope dealers. It is our right in every community to be safe, to work and to live freely without the fear of being harmed. Yes, gangsters do fear being harmed too. And when I say gangster, I'm not talking about somebody out there committing a crime. I'm talking about a person who has that attitude that I will get with you if I have to. I don't want no trouble. I ain't a killer, but don't push me. The school bus driver, the aide, and that teenage victim will never forget the trauma that they experienced on that bus. That 25-year sentence that he have, with 35 being suspended, or 60-year sentence with 35 of them being suspended, means that the sentence against this dude ensures that he will be held accountable for his horrific actions. See, this is what we got to get to in our communities if we really want them to be safe, if we really want our loved ones to be safe, if we want to be safe. We got to get to a point to where we get rid of the uncivilized much. For those who have an urge, a will to change, to take advantage of the programs that are out there for them, to do the right thing, those who want to change, absolutely, we should welcome them with open arms, and we should do everything we can to assist them. But some of them wake up every single day and they have no intentions on changing. They don't want to change. They don't want to get better. They don't want to do the right thing. They hate the world. They hate themselves. And they wake up thinking, kill, hurt, harm, destroy, violate, damage, That's what they think. They wake up thinking, I'm going to go put some work in. The victim had to move from his area in order to be protected. His mother had to uproot him and move him around, move her around, because they didn't feel protected. The mother said he still can't ride the school bus. His life has changed forever. The bus driver is going through PTSD. The bus driver is not only dealing with PTSD, they've had to deal with emotional and mental health concerns, but also physical health concerns. So, my position, maybe this can serve as a cautionary tale. Maybe the next time someone watching this or sees the verdict, gets wind of the verdict, will take a few steps back and decide to think before resorting to violence, taking a step back to think before they pick up that firearm. So while I can understand why there's some outrage for the sentence, him being 15 at the time, he tried to kill the boy, 16. Now, I don't believe it's a chance that we can take as a community. Because we've seen situations where these youngsters sometimes or oftentimes would get a slap on the wrist, and you leave them out on the street long enough and they pile up bodies. Now that might sound good to let yours out, but then next thing you know, we look up and now he'd been accused of killing somebody else's child. At this stage of the game, there is conclusive evidence that picking up a gun and pointing it at somebody is a dangerous activity. There's plenty of case studies that shows if you put a gun in a youngster's hands, bad things are more likely to happen. If you put a gun in a grown person's hands, bad things oftentimes happen. Now, I know you youngsters think you know everything. I know you think you're smarter than everybody else. I know you do. I thought I was smarter than everybody else when I was your age. And hopefully you get to be my age one day and you'll look back on your thoughts that you have today and you'll be like, boy, was I fucking stupid. Ooh, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. You helped me out, man. Ooh, good looking, bro. Real talk, man. Y'all gonna trip when y'all get older. Y'all gonna trip out on the dumb stuff you thinking right now. You gonna trip out. You're gonna be like, damn. Ooh, Lord, appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thank God. I come at y'all so hard because I love y'all for real. I don't have to pretend. I ain't got to try to act tough. I ain't got to try to act soft. I'm just going to be direct with you because I ain't fearing nothing and nobody. I don't have to put on an act. I don't have to put on a show for nobody. My activities in the streets and otherwise are documented. It ain't no secret. I didn't just have a record in the store. I had a record downtown. Ain't nothing to be proud of, but just giving you the backstory. Been there, done that. I've been inside your head. The same thoughts y'all be having, I had them same thoughts. That same callousness, I had the same thoughts. I was the same way. But the one thing that I had on a whole lot of youngsters today is at the same time, I cared about living. I cared about leaving a legacy. I cared about people knowing that I was here. I did not want to just come here, make babies, party, and die. Especially getting killed like a dog in the streets or rotting away in a prison. I was like, no, I don't want that. And the thing about me is that I'm pretty good at adapting. I can adapt to situation. I can adapt to my environment. Wherever you put me in, I can adapt. If I have to, if I'm forced to. It seems to me like a lot of the youngsters today are just volunteering to go to jail. Some of the brazen acts that they commit, that y'all commit, y'all have no idea that it's certain things that you can do. You're absolutely going to get caught. You're going to get caught. I don't know if you're trying to get away, because some of y'all act like y'all don't want to get, y'all do certain things. Not saying you should, but if you do it, I always thought the idea of committing a crime was to try to get away with the crime. Y'all be up there filming y'all self doing the crime and will upload it to social media. It's the darndest thing. I don't know. It's got to be something in the food supply. It's got to be something in what y'all are eating, what you're drinking. Because it's not just what you're thinking. Bad information has always been out there. Ignorance has always been in abundance. It's always been readily available. And I know this internet has a whole lot to do with it, because now you can see stupid stuff all day, every day. And everybody now, this guy who is in Saginaw, Michigan, somewhere in some remote area of the world, can now be somebody, can be seen by the whole world now. If you just do something stupid, you can be seen like that. If you do something intelligent, it might take you a little while to be seen and recognized. Because as a society, we tend to reward ignorance by either giving people money to star in a reality show, clicking on stuff, blowing up their social medias or whatever, or we reward them by just giving them attention. We just give them attention. And for some people, if they can have attention for just 5 minutes, 15 minutes, a day, 2 days, a week, they will literally just be okay with dying. A lot of parents are failing the youngsters because when a parent do their job right, in most cases, not all, but in most cases, that kid gonna be all right. Now, something may happen to them that may be out of their control, but for the most part, they'll be all right. They gonna make out. Everybody gonna make mistakes. Ain't nobody gonna be perfect. So you gonna make regular mistakes that kids make, dumb decisions. But one mistake you ain't gonna make is going to get a gun and running up on a school bus and trying to blow the brains out of a kid. See, and that's what I mean by these brazen acts. It's certain things that you do, certain acts that you commit, they're gonna get you. And when they get you, they're gonna make you out of an example. Boarding a school bus and putting kids in harm's way, pointing a gun at the head of another kid and squeezing the trigger 3 times. That's the type of stuff you're going to get caught for. They absolutely are going to catch you. You're absolutely going to jail. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I saw a video of some guys who robbed and shot a man and a woman after they left the casino. For $3,000, 3 of these dudes robbed and shot a couple in the leg. Each one of them had a leg wound. And they got caught. Why? Those type of acts of brazen violence, you are going to get caught. The police can pretty much catch anybody who commit any kind of crime if they really wanted to. Why you think they batting damn near 1,000 when it comes to solving cases involving police, anytime the police get killed? They put all them reasons, they pull out all stunts, they put all of the police, police from all over the country. Everybody working on the case to solve it. Everybody want in. When they prioritize a case, oh, it's gonna get solved. If they prioritize it, it's getting solved. And acts of brazen violence, brazen aggression, aggravated aggression, they're going to solve those. Believe that. Because they really don't care about the community being safe. They just want the people to have an illusion of the community being safe. They want you to make you feel like you're safe. Safety is your job. It's not the police job to protect you. That's your job. This is why the police don't pay for your security at home. They don't pay for you to live in a gated community. They don't pay for your alarm on your car. And they damn sure ain't gonna pay for you to have a gun. You gotta do all this stuff. They're not gonna pay for self-defense courses, none of that. That's up to you. They'll protect you if you're a witness for a little bit. They might put a couple of cops on you. But after you testify, you're on your own. We'll put you in a witness protection if we have to. But other than that, appreciate you, baby. And they're gone. Police ain't gonna follow you home. They're not gonna follow you home. They're not gonna follow you to the grocery store. They're not gonna follow you to go pick up the kids. They're not following you to church. They're not gonna do that. Only until if they need you as a witness, for a little bit, whatever. But after that, they gone, man. They gone about their business. On to the next case. They can't follow you and protect you forever. I don't know if this boy had the potential to change his life. I don't know. But I do know that the number one job of the prosecution, the number one job of the DA, the DA's office, is public safety. That is the number one job for the DA, public safety. I don't know if those that many years, I mean, he's 15 years old to commit a brazen act of violence like that. I don't know. You know, y'all ain't gonna like this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Typically, I think that 10 years for a crime of violence is enough. Should be enough to change anybody. If you're gonna let them out, why let them out at all if you're gonna let them out? You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna let somebody out, why let them out, 20 years later, 30 years later? Whatever they would have learned in 30 years, if you locked up in 10 years, you'll have it. If you have made your mind up, switch it up in 10 years, you're gonna switch it up. 10 years is plenty for you to think about what you did. I don't care what you did, 10 years is plenty. Unless there are some circumstances that I believe that some people should be locked up for life. For example, like a serial killer. Ain't no, well, you know what? I killed 50 people, but it's out of me now. God has forgiven me. I think it's a certain type of person. It's a different type of person. Something going on mentally. There's a mental disorder up in there, and I don't think that can be fixed. I don't think that can be fixed. Just like I don't think pedophilia can be fixed. It can't be fixed. So certain crimes, I say, man, if you want to really protect the public, you want to really protect the people, you got to put them away for good. Put them in some type of mental facility and sedate them, because that's too risky. It's too risky to put them back out on the streets. It's too risky. If somebody plot and plan to kill a whole house, a family, that's a different type of killer. They got to go. 10 years ain't enough. They got to go. You plot to murder, yeah, that's too much. You got to go. Too much. Plotting and plan and to blow up a federal building, you got to go. That's a different type of killer. You got to go. But a situation where a person kills somebody and it's like a manslaughter type of situation, it's a situation where, it's second-degree murder. It's a situation where maybe even if you rob somebody and you didn't mean to kill them, but you squeeze it, you kill somebody in the commission of a robbery, and somehow the person started shooting and you shot back, and I think 10 years, man. And like I said, I know y'all gonna kill me for this. I know y'all gonna get on me for this, but I just don't believe that. I just believe that 10 years, if you're gonna let them out at all, I think 10 years is enough. Because if you hold a person for 20 years, all you're doing is just using up resources, and the person is just rotting away. And if they ain't got it in 10 years, they ain't gonna get it in 20 years. So you let them out in 20 years. Now they're gonna have an even harder time reacclimating to society. And they're gonna become even a greater burden. And now, a lot of times life done moved on. They may look at it like, man, I ain't got nothing to lose. And because that's all they know. They've been in prison so long, that's life. 20 years, been in there 20 years, that's life. Unless you plan on letting them go, depending on what crime. I think when it comes to pedophilia, I don't think it's an age that's too old. You're going to let them out on their 118th birthday. Other than that, even at 80, I think they're going to strike again. Growing up, we had guns in the neighborhood, but only like the law-abiding citizens and the really, 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 really bad kids had guns, like me. I was a bad kid. I guess I wasn't really, 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 really bad, but I was really, really, really bad. Not really, 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 really bad, but I was really, really bad. You know what I'm saying? Really, really, really bad. You know, I was like that, you know. But I didn't hurt people that didn't try to hurt me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't just reckless like that, you know. But in any event, a lot of these youngsters, they got these pieces. A lot of them got them because everybody else got a gun. They see ain't nobody else fighting, so they gonna get a gun, and next thing you know, something bad gonna happen, man. A youngster pulled that trigger 3 times. On the school bus. I pulled the trigger 3 times, but it wasn't on the school. But I wouldn't have, I just wouldn't have thought of getting on a school bus doing something like that, because anytime I try to do something, I try to get away with it. So I already know you're not getting away with getting on a school bus and shooting somebody. You're not going to get away with that. You're not getting away with that at all. You're not going to get away. You might get away for the moment, but you're not going to escape the long hands of Johnny Law if you get on a school bus with a gun with the intentions of killing someone. You're not going to get away with that. They are going to catch you. If you shoot into a crowd of people and you kill a child, you are going to jail. Absolutely. They are going to catch you. If you go into a house and kill an entire family, they are going to catch you. You are going to jail. If you pull up to a ritzy area of town and you rob and kill somebody, you are going to jail. They are going to catch you. You may get away for the moment, but they are going to catch you. Especially today, because a lot of y'all youngsters, y'all move with crowds. Y'all can't do a damn thing by y'allselves. Y'all do everything in packs. And if 2 people know about it, it ain't a secret. So imagine if 3 or 4, I've seen dudes they ain't doing I've seen dudes snatch purses, snatch a purse and a phone, and it's 5 damn dudes. It's 5 people, women too. These girls are involved in this stuff too. But 5 people just committed aggravated robbery for a purse and a phone. And that means, let's see how much they can get. For the phone, maximum on the streets, $500. If something is in the purse, let's say it's $10,000 in the purse. $10,000 bust down 4 ways. Everybody get $2,500. You got $2,500, but you go to jail and they give you 25 years. So that means you made $100 a year. $100 a year. Oh, did I mention that $2,500 that you got? You're going to have to go to the lawyer and you're going to still owe the lawyer? You're not going to even be able to pay for a lawyer. You're going to get a court-appointed lawyer. Do you know who the court-appointed lawyer works for? The same government that the judge works for. You're going to jail. Life over. So the point is, fam, we have to get rid of the uncivilized mutts who harm members of our community, both external and internal. They got to go. And we got to get used to that notion. Some of these kids are just like the people who birthed them, rotten to the core, unredeemable. They got to go. There are a whole lot more good ones. I do believe most of them are good. And those that we can save, we should absolutely save. Those that we can help, we should absolutely help. We need them. We need them. There's power in numbers. But if you have a weak link, Mario Gibson, what's up? Antonio. Truth matters. What's up, Earl Hall? Earl says 26 years, 35 on probation. He will be in the system. That's not what that means. He was given a 60-year sentence. 35 years are suspended. So a suspended sentence is when a judge sentences you to prison, to jail or prison, but then delays imposing the sentence in order for you to serve time on probation. So he got 5 years probation. If he completes his 5 years, he won't have, let's say he gets through the 25 years, he finishes his 25-year sentence. Then he has 5 years of probation. If he gets through the 5 years of probation with no problems, which means that he could probably qualify for getting off of probation early. If he do all the right things, let's say he get out, he get a job, he pays his restitution and all that stuff, he satisfies any conditions of his probation, and that can happen. He can get off early, sometimes as early as 2.5, 3 years, right? But let's say he finishes the entire 5-year probation period. When he finishes probation, the 35-year suspended sentence goes away. But if he commits a crime or he even violates the terms of his probation, let's say he just stopped showing up or whatever for probation. He stopped going to his probation officer. The judge can impose that 35-year sentence, that 35-year suspended sentence. So he has 5 years probation, but he has that 35-year suspended sentence hanging over his head. He knows one slip up and he out of here for 35 years automatic. The judge can impose that 35 years automatic. And that is on top of anything, any new crime that he might commit, should he violate his probation. I hope I explained that well enough for you to understand. Steam Gamer, Ant, what up? What's up, LaShawn? Norville, 1-1. Connie Hodge, what's up, Connie? You know, I feel bad for a lot of the youngsters. Not necessarily the ones who are taking the guns and sticking them in people's faces and shooting people and stuff, because they know the consequences of their actions. They know that they are ruining lives. They've seen enough stories out there. They've seen mothers and fathers cry. They've seen siblings fall apart, siblings commit suicide because they lose a sibling that's so close to them. They've seen the destruction that they cause, so they know better. They do know this ain't cartoons. You don't shoot somebody and they get up and laugh it off and start playing again and y'all cool. No, they know when you shoot somebody, you kill somebody, it's over, it's done. There is no more. They no coming back from that. They've seen enough of these situations to know what those guns do. So I don't necessarily feel sorry for them. I'm gonna tell you who I feel sorry for. I feel sorry for their peers. I feel sorry for a lot of the youngsters who fall prey to the pressures, who lose their friends. Because y'all know some of these youngsters, y'all know, y'all don't see them as being such a bad person because that's your friend. You hang out together, you laugh together, you party together, you kick it, you play games together. So you probably don't see that side. So the next thing you know, you sitting in the car with them, and then the killers come and then they kill you too, because you're guilty by association. I feel sorry for the youngsters who ain't brave enough to step up and say, yo, man, that ain't cool. Because see, somebody got to have some sense. Y'all youngsters out there, it's one thing for y'all to hear from us, the elders. It's something totally different. It hit different when you hear it from your own tribe, the people that's your age, in your age group. The people that, and because those are the people that y'all trying to impress the most. Y'all don't care about impressing us, because for the most part, most of us ain't impressed by youngsters. So y'all trying to impress each other. Y'all trying to impress the boys and the girls y'all age. Because when y'all go out and do stupid stuff, that's who y'all on the phone with laughing. That's who y'all doing it with. So y'all trying to impress each other. So imagine having enough sense, enough wherewithal, enough compassion and love for your friend, that person you call your friend, to say, yo, man, that ain't it, man. You know what? I love you too much, bro. I love you for real. Don't do that. Because if you do that, you know, you're going to bust up our friendship, man, because you're going to jail, or you're going to get yourself killed, or you might get me killed hanging around you. See, y'all got more power than anybody when it comes to dealing with y'all peers. In fact, let me back up. Y'all got more power than most people. Some parents who are doing the right thing, who are involved in their children's life, got more power than anybody. In fact, the parents, that's where the power start off at. The parents get to start it off, because the parents get first action at their children before anybody else in the world does. Before your child can say they was influenced by Sexy Red or Drake or Kendrick Lamar or Kodak Black, you are their first role model. You, the parent. A child's same-sex parent is their first role model. That's their primary role model in most cases. And the opposite sex parent is their second greatest role model. That's who got action, the most action from day one. You knew them before they even came into the world. You knew them when they was just a pure thought. You nourished them while they were in the womb. You fed, you housed them. You received them when they came out the womb. You, as a parent, get to create. You get to be your own personal mad or glad scientist. You get to be your own, as a parent. You can be your own mad or glad scientist. You can create whatever you want to create. You can make your child, if you want to break the cycle, you can do it if you want to. If you're willing to put the work in, you can do it. You want to create a child that is respectful of his elders, you can do it by starting with respecting your child and having self-respect. And you correct them along the way if you see any type of deviation from that. You can do it. You want your child to be educated? All you got to do is stress education. Even if you ain't the smartest person, you get them in the best schools that your money can buy. Even if it's a public school, get them in the best public school that you can get them in. Some of these public schools are better than these private schools. You want your child to have a career in finance? You can actually manipulate that by teaching them finance early on, teaching them the value of a dollar, letting them watch finance videos. They're all over YouTube. You want your child to be an investor, a broker? Put them in front of some brokers, and let them talk to them and let them see what kind of money they're making. Let them read them newspapers showing the stocks, and be there. Invest in that. Shit, take a trip to New York and let them, go to Wall Street and let them see how it is. Man, they'll end up, in many cases, they'll end up doing that. You want them to golf? Teach them golf. Now, they may not end up being a great golfer, but if you get them some classes and you put them around that golf environment, they may end up being a caddy. Those caddies make six figures when they get a good golfer or more. They may end up being an agent, a manager. May end up being a golf analyst, a journalist, maybe making that money, commentator. Or just simply expose them to as much different things as you can expose them to, and then see what they gravitate towards and what they're best at doing. And now you zero in on that, and you just make sure that you put them in the midst of whatever that is. You can mold a child, man. You can make the kids whatever you want them to be. But you got to put the work in. I told my son and my daughter I wanted them both to get business degrees. Why? Because I should have had one. I needed one early on. If I'd have had one early on, I wouldn't have blown as much money. I wouldn't have made as many mistakes business-wise. So I wanted them to get the phonics of business, understand the phonics of business. My daughter knew she had to go to college to be a lawyer. She wanted to be a lawyer. I said, okay. In fact, me and her mama talked her into becoming a lawyer because my daughter liked to argue, like not argue like, beef about every little thing, not that type of thing, but she got a spin. She's really crafty with seeing things more than one way. And I learned early on, I saw that in her as early as like 10, 11 years old. And she just was getting progressively better at it. I was like, damn, this girl can be a lawyer. So me and her mom made up our mind that we would encourage her to seek a law degree. My son didn't want to go to college. I took him to orientation for my daughter when she was at undergrad at St. John's in New York. And I said, what you think? You know how they put the big old show on for you when you go to the orientation, and they have all of their alumni and stuff come out and tell you how great the school is, and they put the big old spread, all of the food and stuff. It's just everything looking gorgeous. Everything is perfect. This is the university you should come to. So we're sitting there at the table. I turned to my son at the time, he was 15. I said, what you think? He said, college is not for me. I said, listen, man, listen, I need you to go and get the information and come back with it. You know, I say, I just need you to go to college so you can get that information and then come back with it and then use it against him. He liked that idea. You know, he liked that, going to get the information, coming back with it and using it against, you know, the system. He liked that. So he was like, oh, okay. So I told both of them, I say, listen, I'll support anything positive that you want to do, but I want you to go to college and get a business degree, either major or minor in business. I need you to major or minor in business. So my daughter minored in business, my son majored in business. You see how I did that, fam? In my mind, I'm thinking they're going to make money. They're going to get money. They're going to inherit money. But if they don't know how to make money grow, just saving money ain't enough. You got to know how to make money grow. So if they don't know how to make money grow, they may end up blowing it. So I didn't want to take that chance. You can make these kids whatever you want them to make. You can make them as respectful and law-abiding and generous and compassionate and loving and caring as you want to. Or you can make them hateful. You can make them a criminal. You can help shape a criminal. You can help shape somebody who's disrespectful. Somebody who is selfish, don't love nobody but self. And sometimes a kid can actually be a good kid, but they can be selfish. But you got to work on that selfishness early on. You can't wait till they, 19, 20, 17, 18, all that. You got to work on that early on. You got to break them out of that early on. And there's always exceptions. Mom and daddy can do everything in their power, and their kid might just end up being rotten. But in most cases, however you're raised, that's how you're going to be. In most cases. So mom and daddy got a whole lot to do with it. His mama, his daddy, whoever raised him, had a whole lot to do with him getting on that bus and trying to shoot that boy, squeezing that trigger 3 times. And the other boys, mamas and daddies, had exact same a type of responsibility and culpability. Ben Dennett, what up? All right, fam, that's my time. Miss Jazzy is in the building. What's up, Miss Jazzy? That's my time. What's up, Michelle? I ain't checked the chat in a minute. Jacqueline E. Jackson, what's up? Sherlyn Mank. Is that Mank or Monk? Monk. Okay. I was like, Mank, that's different. Jay Shaw, what's up? Joking Dinosaur. Joking Dinosaur says state's attorney Brave Boy set Baby K up. Did the state attorney put the gun in Baby K's hand? Was that the state attorney? Is the state attorney? Come on, talk to me, Joe. Maybe I'm missing something here. Shoot that to me, man. Let me know what's going on, Joking Dinosaur. You say the state attorney set him up. How? Did the state attorney tell him to get on that bus with that gun and terrorize the bus driver and the student aide, the bus aide, and put the gun to the boy's head and then put it to his chest and squeeze the trigger 3 times? Did the state attorney do that? Let me explain something to y'all, fam. The state attorney's job is to lock you up, put you in the system, put you away, get you to work for free. Somebody got to work them jobs, them free jobs, them 16 cents an hour jobs. Somebody got to work those jobs. The state's attorney's job is to lock you up, is to lock people up, preferably black folks. But their job is to lock people up first and foremost, to go work those jobs. And the judge is in on it too. That's their job. Their job in America is to lock people up and send them to prison, send them to jail and prison. That is their job. That's what they do. They will tell you that it's public safety, but it's not, because there's too many people sitting in jail that are innocent. And there's too many people in jail that the prosecutors knew was innocent. But because they knew that they could win the case, they said, hey, we will offer you a plea. We know we ain't got nothing, but we know we got you by the balls. We are the state. We got all the resources. We got all the experts. So you want to take this plea, or you going to take your chances? Who you think they're going to believe? Me, Miss working for the government, protecting the people, or you, little black guy from the hood? Who you think they're going to believe? Even if you ain't never been in trouble before, who you think they're going to believe? So their job is to lock you up. The traps are already set. They've set the traps everywhere. You have to look at these traps that they have set up for young black males specifically as landmines. And you have to avoid them, because one false step and you can lose a leg. One small step and you can lose a leg. One small step, you can lose an arm. Or you can lose your whole life. You can lose your mind. One small step, one wrong step. One step in the wrong direction, you out of here. Their job is to lock you up. Send you to jail, send you to prison, put you on some probation, put you in the system, give you rights. You're born with these rights, but their job is to take those rights away from you, limit those rights, make you a non-voter, castrate you economically so that you're dependent on the government, so that you're dependent on corporations who can control what kind of money you make. Their job is to lock you up. Your job is to make sure they don't. Now, how do you do that? Stay out of their way. Don't fall for the trap. Don't walk right into the trap. Don't fall for the okie doke. Don't pick up that package. Don't pick up that pistol. Don't run with them fools. Don't go to that party. Don't let your pride get in the way, because pride will get you shot in the guts. Pride will get you killed. Pride will have you doing a 20, 30, 40, 50, 60-year bid over nothing. Pride is just a state of mind. A lot of us, we proud about the wrong things. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. Oh, he was proud this day. Look at him. He's standing over there. Look how powerful he looked. He's standing over the boy. He got the gun. And he trying to unjam it. The gun is malfunctioned. He's trying to unjam it. If he could get that gun unjammed, that youngster dead. He's dead. Look how powerful he looking, how much in control he looked. Now look at him to the left. Look at that mugshot. He don't look so sure of himself now. Now he looks scared. Now he looks defeated. See, that's the look you have when Johnny Law catch up with you. That's the look. Proud about the wrong things. I'm sure whatever he was trying to kill that boy over was something that scarred his fragile ego. It was something where maybe it was a girl, maybe he said something to him, maybe he looked at him wrong, maybe he didn't do nothing to him, maybe he, ticked off somebody who's a friend of his. But it boiled down to this pride that he had, this misdirected pride. Proud of the wrong things, proud of having some damn Jordans, proud of beating somebody up, proud of having a new gun, proud of shooting some, proud of scaring people. What about that type of pride where you have a feeling of deep pleasure or satisfaction derived from one's own achievements? How about that type of pride? How about like the pride, the type of pride where you're proud of the fact that you didn't go to jail. So many millions go to jail. So many people in your neighborhood end up in jail, get caught up in the system. How about being proud that they ain't never got you caught up in the system? Or how about being proud of the fact that you got caught up one time and you vowed that they wouldn't get you again? Or maybe they got you again and they got you again, but this time you said, "No, that's it, man. I ain't got no more time for them, man. I'm not giving them no more of my time. That's it. I'm done." How about being proud of taking care of your children, providing for your children, being there in your children's life, raising your own children and not passing it off on another man like a sucker? How about being proud that you built a house as opposed to shooting one up? How about being proud that you bought your mama a house, you bought your daddy a house, you bought your parents a house, instead of you got kicked out of the house? Because you want to do whatever you wanted to do. How about being proud that you aced that test, made the honor roll? You one of the ones that when the elders talk about the youngsters, they see hope because they know who you are. They see how you moving. How about being proud of the fact that you're respectful when you talk to your elders? Instead of taking the low-hanging fruit and trying to do what your friends do and being disrespectful and cussing and acting a damn fool. How about being proud of going to school and instead of being a class clown, You be the one that put your head down and get the work done. Get in, get out, and go to the next level. Be proud that you made the team, not the game. Not that you got jumped into the game. That's easy. That's nothing. It's easy to be a destroyer. It's a whole lot more difficult to build, to be a builder. It's easy to get on social media and act a damn donkey, to act like you ain't got no sense, to bust it wide open, show your naked ass. That's easy. Everybody's doing it. Well, damn near everybody's doing it. That's easy. That's the low-hanging fruit. How about sustaining? How about saying, you know what, man? I don't care what they doing, but I know right from wrong, and I'm gonna do the right thing. I don't care what they doing. I'm different for real. Because you know, a lot of people like to say they different. They're unique. But they look like everybody else. They talk like everybody else. They dress like everybody else. Ain't nobody really trying to fit in. Ain't nobody really trying to stand out. Everybody trying to fit in. But don't tell them they just like everybody else. They get offended. But they act just like everybody else. They move just like everybody else. But don't tell them that. They get offended. How about being proud of yourself for your ability to maintain control, not lose it, not crash out under circumstances that others would? For example, somebody coming at you crazy, instead of you giving them what they want, instead of you being reactive and doing exactly what they want you to do, falling right into that trap, you keep your calm. You keep your cool. Keeping you cool don't mean you're scared of them. Keeping you cool just means that you're going to outthink the uncivilized mutt and not do what the uncivilized mutt wants you to do. Sometimes the police pull you over and they're trying to trigger you. They say certain things that are disrespectful. They're trying to get under your skin. They're hoping that you lose it, that you snap. How about being proud of the fact that you kept your cool and you didn't allow them to bait you in? And if there was a violation of your rights, contact that lawyer and put a case on his ass. How about being proud of that? That's my time, fam. I appreciate y'all joining the live. Until next time, hard for me to end this live without saying once again, salute to B King. Some of y'all may not know who he is, but B King was a legendary producer and rapper from Houston. For the last 13 years, you could not go to a club in the South, nowhere, without hearing at least one Big King song that night. But if you came to Houston, that's what you heard. Houston, Dallas, anywhere in Texas, he had it on lock. And I'm talking about a good 12, 13 years straight, non-stop. B. King. We lost him yesterday. Good dude, good family man, good businessman, good man. R.I.P. B. King. That's my time, fam. I appreciate y'all joining the live. Until next time, enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. No more talk.